We are in front of the WYNN buffet. This place is consistently rated one of the best, if not the best, buffets in all of Las Vegas. We booked a reservation for the seafood dinner. I do highly recommend that you book a reservation. You do have to pay up front if you do so, but there are sometimes very long lines here. People are anxious to get into this buffet. So let's go inside and have a look. We took a walk through the buffet just to kind of get the lay of the land, and this place is pretty big. There are a lot of choices here. Now, I'm just going right in. I'm here for a seafood dinner, and I'm gonna have myself a seafood dinner. So, there was a line for the crab legs, but I had to get some crab legs. Now, I kind of like how they cut them in half here for you so that you don't have to deal with cracking the darn thing. So, I can literally, I'm just gonna take this whole thing out and eat it with my hands. I mean, for what? Just kidding. I will use a fork, I guess. Oh my God. They have like nice little cups of butter on the side. It's so good. I can see why people were filling up their plates with these things. Oh, yeah. That's pretty delicious. They did have a side of some shrimp cocktail there. They had cocktail sauce. Just some shrimp like cocktail. Also, very good. Maybe it's the butter that's doing it. I don't know. They had some little clams and mussels and other fun things, but this looks like it has, yeah, it does. It has a little red pepper inside of it. I guess it can give it a little extra. Oh, it does give it an extra something. I don't know why I got some garlic edamame that just happened to be there. Ooh. Has sesame oil on top. It's really, really good. Now, I got some sushi, and the sushi surprisingly looks good. We get sushi every time I go to a buffet. I will try a little bit just to try it out, and usually it's okay, but this stuff looks pretty good. There were different types, and I can't recall each type that I got. I think this is just a California roll or something close to it. All right, I think it's above average for buffet sushi. Now this is a salmon avocado roll. It does have a little sauce on it. Let's see. You know, it is above average for a buffet. But I don't think I'd run to the sushi station if you're a really big sushi fan. It's good, but it's not maybe where I want to put all of my energy. Here's a place I want to put my energy right now. This was a crab boil, and so they had all kinds of different seafood and mixed into this sauce here. And let's see, I'm gonna try this shrimp to start with, just because it'll be a little easier to digest, and I guess I don't need chopsticks anymore. So, yeah, the sauce that it's cooked in has a little tomatoey flavor to it, but not very strong. And it just kind of like tastes like it was cooked in a delicious sauce like all day long. All right, let's just pull out a piece of this crab here. This looks to be a different type of crab than the other one was. Salty, but I don't know, it's tomatoey with a little herb to it. But it's good. It's good stuff. I actually just prefer the regular crab legs by themselves, though, to be honest with you. All right. I think that's enough of this. There's also some peppers here, but I'm not eating that. That'll be for Enrique. All right, last but not least, there were two stations that had crab legs. These one might be different, and I can't tell. I know somebody watching this will be able to tell, but they might be a little different. These ones look a little smaller, perhaps. But they also came with the butter, so let's see, get some butter on here. It's good stuff. So I'm wondering if these are like snow crab legs and the bigger ones were the king crab legs. That's a possibility. They also had some tuna, I think it was called tuna tonagashi, which I'm assuming is like a raw type of tuna. It has the sauce on it. Maybe it's just sort of seared. Sauce is a little sweet, a little spicy. And the tuna has some kind of herbs cooked into it. Or maybe just put on top of it. It's not raw. It tastes like it has been cooked. All right, and last but not least on this plate, we've got fish and chips. So more important than the chips, I want to try the fish. To get a little tartar sauce on the side. Let's try this out. Boom. They put way too much salt. Way too much salt. Like it's not edible. They honestly put way too much salt. I can't eat it. Whoa. Let's see if the fries are the same. The fries are fine. But, I mean, I think I would like this if it didn't have so much salt on it. So, it might have just been a mistake. Somebody added too much salt on here. But, I am really looking forward to finishing off this crab and some of the other things on here before we go get another plate. How could I forget? I have a lobster claw here. I should eat this lobster claw and let you know if it's any good. This was mixed in with the crab, so... Thing about these buffets, they can get really messy with these crab legs and lobster claws. Oh Lord. All right, let's do this. That is a good lobster claw. All right, I'm gonna continue enjoying. All right, we hit up the Mexican food section, and so what I have here on this plate is a tamal, carnitas, pollo asado, there's enchiladas, and some chicharrones. So I'm gonna start off with just trying some of these carnitas. Carnitas are pork, and they're sort of slow cooked, roasted. Oh, okay. It actually tastes like it was done right, like very seasoned well, and just like that slow roasted, falling apart kind of taste to it. All right, it's good. Let's try out this chicken. Pollo asado is chicken. Asado means grilled, so it should have a kind of a grilled taste to it. It looks like it has some sauce that they put on it before cooking it. Okay, it's sort of like a little spicy sauce that they put on here to cook before they cooked it, I should say. And it is a little bit spicy, a little salty, but it's good. It's good chicken. All right, let's try out the enchiladas. Let's see here. A little messy. Okay. They're kind of like casserole style. But I don't know, it almost, I'm not really tasting anything in here other than I can taste some cheese and the sauce on top. Not very heavy in the meat. It's chicken. But it does have a really good flavor. The sauce is good, not overpowering. I do like the enchiladas. All right, let's try a bite of the chicharron. Chicharrons are pork rinds. Oh, it's good. It's got a little lemony kick to it. You did get some lemon as well, but you don't even need it. It's already got some cooked in there. All right, and last but not least, so I'll just save the chips for later, but we got a tamal. This is a pork tamal. Looks good. Of course, I'm making a mess, as usual. Let's see. Try to make my determination, because these are hard. Sometimes people, they put too much of this masa stuff in here, not of meat. It has to be a good balance, so I gotta get a good bite. I say it's pretty good. I would get another one of these. All right. So that's it for that plate, but I do have another plate of Mexican food to share with you. And let me bring it over here. Okay, so on this plate, I have a Chilean sea bass taco. These are charro beans, they're said black beans charros, and some elote, which is street corn. So let's see here. Let me try the corn. It's a no on the corn. Corn tastes like it came out of a can. I wanted like fresh stuff. Ooh, these beans are good. Okay, I do see some black beans in here, but they look like they're pinto beans mostly. Ooh, they are super spicy, but extremely flavorful. So you can see in here that there's some bacon and some other type of meat. It's probably chorizo, but the smoky flavor that's coming out, actually incredible. All right, a Chilean sea bass taco. See, it looks like has some sauce in here, some cheese, maybe some guacamole, it looks like. Let's see. No. I'm not a fan. The fish is way too dry, and it just is not a good combination. All right, but what I know I'm gonna like are these. These are called duros, and they're just like chips. They fry them up and they start really small and they expand when you cook them. And those are good. All right, we'll be back with more food. Okay, I hit up the Asian section and I got a few things on my plate to try out. Starting with this Thai spiced beef and basil. So it's mixed in with a bunch of vegetables. There's some mushrooms in here, onions, peppers, but I want to try the meat. The meat itself is very tender. The sauce that it's cooked in is spicy, but got a nice sweetness to it too. So a good little combination there. All right, they had these honey prawns. I'm gonna try out one of these honey prawns. Oh. actually exceptionally good. Has a little batter on it. That's not too thick at all, but that the honey that is in the sauce that it's cooked in makes it really, really good. I like the texture of this coating with the shrimp that's inside there. And the shrimp itself is good. Sometimes you bite into some of those things and the shrimp doesn't taste very quality. All right, although I didn't see any sauce, I did get a couple of pot stickers. These are chicken pot stickers. They also had some vegetable ones as well. The texture is really good. Like the wrap on the outside is cooked well enough, but it's not too it's not crunchy. Like, you know, it's just cooked well. But I would say that it needs a little bit more flavor inside, more seasoning, if you will, inside of the pot sticker itself. But it is actually really good. All right, this is a shrimp sui mai. So it's a shrimp, but it has like this kind of rice paper on the outside. The shrimp was cooked in something, there was some kind of sauce that it was cooked in, gives it a lot of flavor in there. Now the wrapping itself doesn't really add much to it other than give it a little texture, because the wrap doesn't really have any flavor to it. It's just like more of a texture type of thing. But I'd say that's good. All right, this is some pork fried rice. Okay, this is good pork fried rice. The rice is fluffy. The pork in here is good. Good consistency. All right. Then I also got this, it was called a char mui pork, but it's a pork bun, which I seem to find more and more at the buffets, these pork buns. For some reason, this bun itself is too sweet. I've had them taste sweet before. This is too sweet. The pork mixture inside could be good, but I honestly think that that bun kind of takes away from that. All right. Another thing that they had a ramen station. So they actually prepare it for you. And she cooked the noodles in with the pork in the broth for a little bit. Oh, a fork. That's really helpful, Melissa. But they had different toppings there. Pork, some cilantro, seaweed, jalapenos, and some bean sprouts. So I want to try out, especially the noodle part of it. And the broth. Okay. It's good ramen. It's got a good flavor to the broth. All right. I definitely want some more of that ramen. Let me just take a little quick bite of the pork in here. Yeah, the pork's a good addition to it. So I would get that ramen again for sure. And as I was finishing up my ramen portion of this video, I realized I missed this little guy. So this is a Thai chili chicken wing. Nice and sweet and sour, sesame seeds on top. And even though it was called Thai chili, I was expecting it to be a little more spicy, and it's really not. Just a tiny bit, but That's a good combo with the sweet and sour and the sesame seeds on top. Of course, the question that you're going to ask is, how much does this buffet cost? Well, it depends on what time of day you come. So this place is open from 8 a.m. until 9 p.m. And from 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock, it is brunch. Brunch is $54.99. But if you come at 1 o'clock or later, it becomes the seafood dinner. And the seafood dinner is $74.99. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning, we made reservations. Well, what we learned is that they do not take reservations between the hours of 12 and 1. So I think they're trying to avoid having people make reservations, come and pay the $54.99 and stay for the seafood dinner. However, they do take walk-ins at any time of the day. Just be aware though that there could be really long lines, especially if you're coming on a weekend or just in a busy time of the year. Of course, we couldn't come to the buffet without hitting up the carving station. So they had a lot of choices. I didn't take everything, but I got a few that looked really good to me. And I'm gonna start off with a little prime rib. Now this is garlic infused prime rib. Kind of pre-cut it for you so you don't have to watch me cut it all. It's a good quality meat. I don't really taste the garlic, so even though it might be infused with garlic, it's not a heavy taste at all because I don't really taste it. I got some beef brisket. Ooh, nice char to it. Smoky. They also had some filet mignon that had been grilled. That's good. I'm a sucker for filet mignon. That's really good. One thing that I saw that caught my attention was banana barbecue chicken. So it's kind of already cut up, sort of like it was like rotisserie or, you know, cooked very slowly and kind of falling apart here. Okay. So I wanted to try this because I thought, okay, banana barbecue, what does that mean? It doesn't taste like bananas, but it is, it has a taste to it that doesn't taste like regular barbecue sauce whatsoever. It has sort of a little fruitiness to it, if you will. Very different, very good. Okay, and this is Busan cheese mashed potatoes. See. Ooh, I like these. That's a good amount of cheese in here. It just gives it a really good flavor. Highly recommend those mashed potatoes. All right, now they had these barbecue pork sliders sitting out there, but I kind of think this was sitting out there too long because it's the cheese is kind of rough. I think I'm just gonna take a little bite of the pork that's inside of here, and that'll be a good indication because I don't think I could pick it up. It's kind of falling apart. It's fine. I'd say pass on it. It's fine, but I don't know. It's just not up to the same quality as the rest of the stuff that was in that area. Finally, just when I was going to get the mashed potatoes, I came across the rolls in the bread section, and they were putting these out, and they looked really, really cute and interesting. Almost like a pretzel roll on the outside. It is kind of like a pretzel roll. It's salty kind of on the outside, but nice and soft on the inside. Tastes just like a pretzel. It's perfect. All right, there's still more to show you, so I'm gonna work on this and give some to the cameraman, and I'll be back. All right, I got some pizza. I know it's not maybe the best thing for a buffet, kind of fills you up, but this actually looks pretty good. So it said it was a meat lover's pizza, but all I see on here is some pepperoni, so I'm gonna see here if it's good. Okay. Now, I always give pizza a hard time at the buffets. This is actually good. There's something about the crust, the way it's cooked, it's crunchy, like, and it has almost like they put a little oil on the pan or something before, so it gives it this special little crispiness. And yeah, the sauce to cheese ratio is good. I think that the crust makes it really good though. And then they had this interesting one. We had like a cheese pizza and I think some mushroom truffle, but I'm not into mushrooms. So this was called a caprese pizza. So I can see the lump of the cheese here, the ricotta cheese, little basil here. But I'm gonna move it to the side. I don't think I want to get a full bite of basil. And I don't know what this sauce is. It looks like it could be balsamic. That's like balsamic vinegar there. It's definitely different. I'm glad I tried it. I don't think it's my cup of tea though, but it might be yours. It's got, you know, if you like the ricotta, the balsamic vinaigrette or balsamic vinegar, the crust itself is pretty interesting. It's almost French breadish, but softer. Anyway, I'm glad I tried the pizzas. Usually I'm disappointed. I wasn't disappointed on this time. Okay, so of course I cannot come here without hitting up the dessert area. So I went to go check it out and see what they had. And they had a lot of different desserts, including a crepe station. So if you want freshly made crepes, you can have that. But I chose a few different items here and I'm gonna try them out for you. So first, this is a creme brulee. Ooh, you can kind of see the little crunch here when I poke into that. All right, it is not too sweet. Nice and light. It's pretty good for being a little buffet creme brulee. All right, this one was interesting. It's a guava tres leches cake. You can see the guava cream on the outside, and there's the cake there. That's a pretty good combo. I like that guava on top. I'm not sure about the consistency of the cake itself. Tres leches is runnier, like it's a lot moister than regular cake, but it's hard to tell because it's such a small amount. Well, this is a little tiramisu. You can taste that kind of coffee flavor in there. You taste the layers, really. Kind of the cookie part on the bottom, that coffee, sort of espresso in the middle, and a nice creamy top there. It's pretty good. So far, so good. All right, they had what they called warm churros. We'll see if they're warm or not, but it looks cute. Okay, breaking it open, you can see there's a little something inside, like a little caramel sauce that's inside there. It's good. Not to say it's the best, but it is good. Now this one is called an almond joy cookie. And so I'm assuming that it must have maybe some, I don't know, coconut in there. Almost like a coconut chocolate chip cookie. Actually, because of the chocolate, it does remind me of Almond Joy, so I guess it was appropriately named. Now, of course, I'm looking over at the desserts, and they had this whole wheel of gelato. So I'm gonna go back and get a couple of scoops of gelato in different flavors, and I will be in heaven. Before I grub on this gelato, I just want to remind everybody to hit that thumbs up button. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, we'd appreciate you joining us and subscribing. All right, so let's check this out. I got some strawberry gelato and vanilla. They had ice cream too, like cookies and cream and cookie dough, some sorbets. Ooh, it's so tasty. It's very fresh, high quality. And you gotta let the tiny little spoons. It can take me an hour to eat this thing. Let's try this vanilla. If you do get vanilla, they also have some toppings on the side of the gelato station. So like M&Ms, chocolate chips. It's got like that vanilla bean kind of taste to it. But yes.
Thank you.
All right, this is good. Okay, so let's talk about what we think of the WYNN buffet. It is a lot of food. The seafood probably makes this price worthwhile because you can get so many crab legs, and if you are a seafood lover, you could load up on seafood and just have a feast. The carving station was delicious. The meats are extremely high quality. There were other things that I thought tasted better here than at other buffets, like the pizza and even the sushi. And there were a few dishes that just seemed to taste good, like some of the Mexican dishes, like the beans and even the tamale. There were some dishes that were exceptional. But I'm gonna say that not everything was perfect, and I don't think I can expect perfection at any buffet. They're gonna have subjective tastes, and they have to kind of appease everybody here. So I think overall, it is a really great buffet. It is pricey, we're at $74.99, but you can make it worth it if you desire to. So that is all we have today. If you wanna see another buffet video, be sure to check out this one as well. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.